Testing. Testing. So live. Let's see if am I live on only on studio here, but do I do this here? Copy this.
What's on Restream?
Yeah.
Cool.
And go to Facebook.
That'll post to everything.
And go like this. Oh, really? It posts to everything.
It posts to everything.
I don't need to do this then? Let me try this anyway.
You have to set it to do it, but you can set it so that when you post a video, it will upload to all of your social media platforms.
There we go. You can do it like that too, manual, I guess.
So, like, when you're watching all the stuff that you watch during the day, like Corsi,
Yeah,
have a notebook and write down what time something important was said.
I see.
So then when you make your video, you can go right to there. You can say something like, and here's Jeremy Corsi talking about it.
I see. Right.
Because there's stuff in there that you watch that you think is interesting. And that's the stuff that people are going to want to hear. Probably. There's different ways to do it. You can do it however you want. Yeah.
Let's see here.
And part of it is networking, going on other people's videos and commenting and promoting your own stuff.
Yeah.
That's how it's done.
And I don't, not making any. I haven't even had anybody call me or anything like that in any of these videos. But I guess you got to start getting good hits in order for somebody to say something, or
you got to either be obnoxious and aggressive, or you have to have money to promote yourself. One way or the other. You got to put the energy into it. You know, either human energy or financial energy.
right.
Or both.
Oh, on there. This is just testing, you guys. Just testing. Just testing. Let's see. I'm gonna just try this to share this. What's this? Dashboard. Referral program. Leave site. No, I don't want to do that. No. Dashboard. Events. Connection. 10 out of 10.
Never noticed before. Hey, Jeremy, I left it next to you. I can see if Joe Walker's online to see if you can call him and get some information if you want.
Yeah, sure.
So, Trump slams McConnell. You're right. It has to do with China, doesn't it?
Yes. He knew about McConnell. He knew about Pence. In fact, he told them he's not going to run with Pence because Pence is a pedophile and he's in charge of the Indianapolis hub, one of the biggest ones. So they already knew that. They said, you got to take Pence. We need you to have Pence. So he took Pence. So he knew about some of these people already. So I'm like, yeah, I should save some of this stuff for that. I've heard all this shit. Now, one thing a lot of people haven't heard is Jerry took them down off the page. There's the Morris stuff. He took them down and put them on CourseNation.com on Patreon. Now you got to pay for them. $20 for a video on Boris. Okay.
What do you think, Doc? What's good going on?
It's pretty badass.
Huh?
December 29th, and I'm hot with a tank top.
Well, take that thing right there. Thank our military putting that thing up there. On top of it. In fact, if you knew this was coming and you were like, how are we gonna hide it? And then you put, hold on. Well, I'm already recording. This will be a test, but I'm just gonna start talking. If you knew this stuff was coming and you were like sitting around a table on the ground like these guys did, what are we gonna do? Anybody have any suggestions? How are we gonna hide this thing? Well, this giant blue one is like fucking 6 times bigger than Earth. How we hide it? Cover the whole planet with clouds so you can't see out anywhere. What about when it gets close enough where clouds aren't going to be able to cover it up? We can, well, some of the technology we have right now, cloaking, mirrors, smoke and mirrors, that's the most ancient one you can think of. They have smoke up there. They got mirrors. We learned that from, I learned it from AJ or Alex Luan, which is, he talks about the Frenzel mirror, and I caught that going down over the hill here. In fact, when you take your eye and you look at the sun like this, and you get some streamers and shit, you're trying to get it focused in, the little strands that come off will have those little round kaleidoscope lens flares in your hand. Because those are the same ones we caught in the camera shit. Those round kaleidoscope looking things, you know? Anomalies off the sun simulators. Catch all this stuff on any one of my pages. This stuff's all over the place. So I'm starting to book. I've been about a year I have an index, and I have like a little bit started on every subject that is part of my life. So this will be all this esoteric subject matter that's happened to me from day one all the way through. It'll kind of give you guys a synopsis of Dave, so you can just look at him like a one package first of all, and then so whatever comes out of me after that, it's just it's from my essence, and then yours too. Like we're like a conscious mind goes to sleep at night and adds to yours, and when we wake up, we talk about it and see what guy is going to do about it, and this is how I think it happens. So your dreams, everybody has dreams. I had one that was Moses. I had one that showed me meteors coming out of the sky with faces on them. I had one that showed me the moon falling out of the sky, which I later found out that it was the Earth turning, shifting quickly, not the moon falling. Why would it fall if it's out there? Where does it have to fall to? It's just going to sit there, and the Earth turns. And that's what I had to figure all this stuff out. God showed me these things, and when I get readings and they tell me, your guides are telling me, they're not going to tell me. Because it's for you to find out yourself. So the whole abduction thing, they know it happened, but they want you to do the work yourself. So I had to do it myself. First thing I thought of was bedwetting. Why did I wet the bed? Later you find out there's reasons why kids wet the bed. It's bladder's not developed fully. The kid ends up getting discouraged, and he just goes off on, well, I'm just going with my experience, So I was like a out of control head case this way, and when the first kid found out I wet my bed, I was still 11 years old. I heard a frying pan hit the side of my head, and it rang for about 20 seconds. Literally, not joking one bit. That was like the timeline jump or something. I think I jumped a timeline then. Was like, I need to get out of here so quickly. And there's my chills right now, so I think that happened. Okay. I might have even jumped on this shitty timeline for a while where Vietnam got really bad. Watched it all on TV. I have the abduction. I get the missing time. So the Moses stuff is part of the dreams. Then right away I thought, well, maybe I was Moses because I was leading people through this desert near water and stuff and threw them all in the water. So the visions, the sheriff, the bagpipes, whoa, my chills, there he is. It was real then. Irish bagpipe musician playing bagpipes. I was walking through this trail like it was like fields of gold. It was beautiful. And here comes an Irishman with a Scottishman with everything, all the get up and the bagpipe. And he stopped there and was playing in front of me, and I was watching him like this, a little kid. And I go, how do you play that? Like, the bag was interesting to me. So you just lift it up, get some air. And then he walked away, and I walked for a bit and turned and looked at him again, and he was gone. So this was a ghost. This was somebody that showed themselves to me. Whatever. I know now. Saved by angels. Saved by, massive truck tire coming off of a truck. And the voice says, back up, the truck tires are going to come off. How plain and simple can you get? So, the Akashic records are one thing. There's all kinds of these anomalies, you might say, in this subject matter that you guys are into that fuel your life. It did me. I had to tell my kids, I'm not stopping this. I know it sounds crazy, but you're gonna have to wait and find out. But Trust me. So the Akashic Records. It's a real thing that's just cannot be. You can 3D. It's like telling somebody I read this book and here's how it goes. It's not for you. Most of it's not even for you. There's librarians that keep the information from you so it can't be tampered with. And then there's information that comes to you to make sure everything goes well. That's what happened to me. Was a couple of times I'm working on my car or driving my car and they tell me, hey, back up. The tire's going to come off. That's one of the main ones that I realized somebody was there looking after me. So, that's a little warm up. You get a little warm up, and then we're just going to testing this out. And we're all men of God, but then it's and women of God, but it takes it takes the action of volunteering and saying that's who I am. Like it's like being a non-smoker or a smoker. You're either a smoker or a non-smoker. You either smoke cigarettes or you don't, and you smoke them once in a while, and you don't smoke them once in a while. You can't do that with God. You do that because He allows it. Like you can have your back turned on God the whole time, and then when you're ready, He'll be there.
Birds circling over us.
Yeah,
a bunch.
Like are they circling?
I don't know. Take a look real quick.
Yeah, here. And they're
40 of them. I never seen it before. Maybe you have. Straight up to the right. They're moving slow.
Oh shit!
To the right, over there.
Over here?
Up higher. To the right.
Are they cruising in a direction?
The right. Right there. Right there.
Oh shoot!
You see them?
Yeah.
To the right.
I see it.
Yeah, right there. They were directly over us for a minute.
If they're moving, that's cool. Well, you know what? They're doing a bunch of work over here. They digging down. Somebody's digging something down. They're probably looking at worms. They go real high and they look at shit. And they're seagulls, so they're like all go in one little spot. Like they're doing construction down there when they built that building, they were all over the place. They're just getting worms and shit. But who knows? Seagulls don't chase after rodents and stuff. So if it was a dead animal, you wouldn't see seagulls up there. You see vultures. But that's cool. Got a lot of activity going from here to here anyway. These guys are flying west. It seems like I don't know why they're not going south.
Right.
They're going that way. But, so,
You're
yeah,
saying about working for God. It's either you do or you don't.
yeah. You do or you don't. You're a non-smoker or you're a smoker, and God knows. So, and He knows because you know, and when you know, it's Him thinking. Like it's really is. You got to take your thoughts like those are God's thoughts. He allows for everything to happen. Like He allows for us to have free will, so we can pretty much fuck off for a long time if we wanted to, and everything would be fucked. It's just the way things go. But He'll balance things out for everybody else. You'll be the fucked one, and there'll be one over there that's gonna balance you out. Like a kid you had, he's gonna balance your screwed up shit out. I think that's the way it happens. It's got like a balance, a battery. You can't have one more than the other. That's what they're finding out with the time travel stuff. Is that 2 or 3 freaking timelines? 4 of them going down like and then a lot of possibilities going on because the ropes are frayed. So there's like you can create a timeline here, a timeline there. Now you got like 2 other unnecessary timelines. So those 4 timelines are going to cram down into the most practical event that's going to take place. Like the angels have control over it, and they'll let it be screwed up as much as they want it to be. So you'll learn something, and that's how you look at it. Like everything is a freaking lesson somehow or another. That's the trick. Is like we're here putting ourselves in jail every day because of our thoughts. We did, and for 50 years we did it. I did it until I realized the I am was inside of us, and that's the password to like activate. And when he knows how to turn on your receiver, which should be on all the time, like Christmas. That's how they get you. Christmas is one day. There used to be 2 days, Christmas Eve and Christmas. Took Christmas Eve away. Now you got Christmas. One day a year. It's so beautiful. That Christmas Eve, the next day, it's like, oh yeah, you go get cigarettes, you go do whatever. Hey, Merry Christmas. The next day, you're like, New Year's coming. You're going to get ready to party. Christmas is done. We got 360 something days to go again to feel good about God again. And then we forget all about him. People go to church once a week. And when we are the God and we're screwing off, it's really messed up when you figure out that you've been screwing off and you didn't know it. You could have been doing a lot better. So this whole mission that we're on together, is like happening, and it's created as we go. And the end is already done. We're all going to be. Well, we got today was the announcement you saw on your phone, right? For the bank wallets. That's going to go along with the New World Order stuff. You guys have to realize that that's not going to happen. The New World Order. It's a New World Order, but it's the old world order that's updated, where nobody dies except for the the ones that have been dripping the blood and drawing the blood are the ones that will be bleeding from now on until the bleeding's over with.
Dude, right now I just got an article sent to me.
Yeah.
Which wife that said Harris County Public Health to conduct survey to go door to door to collect blood.
Oh, collect blood?
Yeah. And MSNBC is calling for mass murder of Trump supporters, saying if there are survivors, they will do it again.
Well, we got military in place already.
COVID-free wristband certificates could encourage testing. And the CDC is calling for concentration camps in America, including the invasion of homes and neighborhoods.
Yeah. Now, when was this? Where did you get this at? And
this just got sent to me. It is from the news.
Is it
November 10th, 2020?
All right.
And this one is November 17th, 2020. CDC is calling for concentration camps in America, including the invasion of homes and neighborhoods.
Now, Trump is backing out on World Health Organization. I don't think it goes into effect till January 1st. So anything that's written about anything that's happening in administration right now, was the demons making up shit, and then right now they got to put it out still because they are out there trying to make their timeline strong, right? That's how they're doing it. Is they get it on the news and they're still in control of the media until we get our military and this week sometime or another something's supposed to change, and there goes my chills on all my body. So this week something's coming. Okay, so any of that stuff, like I said, you're going to be thinking about it. You know it yourself. When you start thinking that stuff, you fall back on that timeline. And what happened was when these guys did something at the CERN, when that accident happened, it allowed two timelines to shift back and forth real quick at a high frequency. So they messed up our timelines, and they also ruined some of our wormholes. They were built by, they don't even know who they were built by. They're so ancient that we screwed them up, okay, by going through them and not knowing what they were doing, testing and shit. So this is what I heard happened was when they opened this CERN portal, this one dude that they had, and it might have been Bill Wood. Is Bill Wood dead or is he still alive? Because if he's the guy that died, he was the one who was helping these guys with this machine. Okay. And if that's the story, if that's where that goes, where Bill Wood dies, and I don't say, I'm not saying he did, but I'm trying to put it together. This is how we do it. Is Bill Wood the guy that died in the CERN accident where he was the only guy that was going to be able to close the portal? So when he opened the portal, there were demons that wanted to talk to us. And he went in and he did something and somehow he got killed. So they had to figure out all this is a story, I don't know how true it is. That it might come out later if it's the truth. If they didn't know how to close the portal and they'd have to go talk to the demons themselves.
Hey guys, it's KJ.
See? So imagine if you had to get a team of guys to go and talk to demons and say, please don't come through here and get us. We're trying to close you up. We didn't mean to do this. You know? So now we have this to worry about. That's in that scene is in Stranger Things, the first scene of the third season. Okay, where they have the accident in the CERN facility. Okay. What we talking about? The wallet, the crypto wallet, or this. I heard this about a year ago that our banks were going to be set up from Santa Surfing. There were three of them. There's PIR. He's not around anymore. There's and Santa Surfing. Those two guys. Pimpy's Investment Chat. Another one. And you have the Hidden Things Under Your Eyes. That's another one of his. So these guys that are doing the same thing I'm doing are just getting pretty much everything I've got, but I got a little bit more because of Jerry Corsi. So some of the people I'm listening to now haven't heard of Jerry Corsi yet. Okay, so
a lot of people haven't heard of it.
I know. That's why. And then if you get these books, if you go buy these books, I want to get like $200 and buy all of his books, because if you get the signed books, they're gonna be worth a lot of money. Every one of them is gonna be worth fucking $10,000, $20,000 a piece, because it's gonna have everything in there that Jerry Corsi and Boris was the insider that nobody knew about. Okay, and they couldn't tell you everything he was saying. They used what he said against the White Hats, I think, during those investigations in Burisma, not Burisma, but the when they were talking to Schiff about this and that, and he was lying about the whistleblower. Whistleblower, I think, was Boris when he was talking to Corsi. So they were getting that information from Corsi. And that Boris wasn't working for any entity. He wasn't working for a government, wasn't a CIA agent or nothing. We don't know where he comes from, but he was implicating Biden and Obama, Clinton's
KGB, probably.
probably, yeah, probably. And they said he didn't work for the KGB either. He knew everything that that Comey was doing, stuff you wouldn't know for 10 years. You're not going to know this about Comey, and that he was given the NSA codes to that Russian Ukrainian double agent, I think it was, for Russia, and it got into Putin's hands. So during the whole administration of Obama, Putin knew what Obama was doing. He had all the phone calls. He had all the fucking child trafficking shit. See, there is a meteor up on the top. See, maybe no, that's a plane stuff. I saw that go by. That looks like a broken up meteor up there. See how it's different? It might be a meteor, a little straggler. They're going to be coming down. We'll see them. We got a planet right above us. This is a planet. So.
Just remember, we talked about this yesterday, ladies
Are
and
you
gentlemen.
busy?
We're just made aware that they have it.
Oh, good.
That's all.
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not busy.
Are you recording?
Yes, but it's okay. I'm just testing here.
All right.
I'm just testing.
Yeah.
So that tells
Thank you.
the fact that she said that.
Oh,
And the
thanks.
fact that DNI Ratcliffe wanted more of this report.
Nice.
The fact
Thank
that
you.
DNI Ratcliffe said that Iran, China, and Russia were involved
Thanks.
in foreign interference to our elections. And now we know that Pakistan was as well. What it says, Nevada Secretary of State sending data
Good.
which indicates Pakistani intel could manipulate votes. Manipulate votes.
You know this
So,
guy, Jeremy?
And then you go back to
Different
Sidney
Jeremy.
Powell
Here we
saying
go.
that he's got full authority of the executive order of 2018. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we may not, I'm not saying that we will or we won't, but we may not have to even rely on any of the dirty swamp donkeys.
Yeah.
We may not have to rely on Mike Pence, although that would be great, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be great if that silver fox came in and saved the world, flew off to Israel for his vacation, for his 2-week vacation, saved the world, bounced, went on his vacation, then came back, and then in 2024 he'd be a shoe-in for president? That would be a
See,
great
he doesn't
story,
know either.
right?
You don't know about
No,
Pence
he
yet.
did not lose the Insurrection Act. We'll get to that too. But that would be a great story,
So
wouldn't it?
Pence is supposed to be
But
our only chance
what would be
to
an
get the
even better
vote
story?
certified for Trump.
Wouldn't it be an even better story if by the power that
Yeah,
he's
it's just the
invested
military too. He's the last
into
chance.
himself,
Go
or
ahead.
No, the evidence
by the
of
power
the
that he has
trafficking
vested
and
into
shit is
himself
going to trump everything.
from the
Because if he was the vice
2018
president during all that
executive
time,
order,
he'd dripping on your
wouldn't it
shirt.
be even more great if he deemed this entire
All that,
election
all of
null
everything
and void,
that
that
Obama
it didn't
did
happen?
is null
He
and void.
remains president, and then he's got the ability to run again in
It makes him
2024.
useless
Again,
right now at
not
all.
saying that's going to happen,
Okay.
but the fact
We're getting to
that
that point.
we
We're
know
not going to get
that
ahead at
all
all.
these countries interfered into our
We've been
election,
ordered to
Pence
stand
that
down.
should tell every one of us right there
Pence
that
won't
we
be,
know
but
that
the
if you go
president
back and
will.
read that executive order, he can declare this
He's
entire
going to be
election
out.
null
He's
and
already out. That's a clone.
if
Of course he
what's
says so,
in that
too.
report that we don't know
Yep.
yet is enough to just
He
say
knows.
there's too much fraud.
I think they all
We
been
got
talking
all the
about
stuff
this
going
shit
on domestically,
on the
but all the
tables.
stuff foreign, it just sends it over
But
the
it
top.
sounds like everyone's
Oh,
waiting for
wouldn't that
Pence.
be great? So, guys,
You don't have
I
to
wake up
because
every day not worried
the
at all. I
Insurrection
just want
Act
you to
comes
know that.
before anything else.
And I'm not saying you have to trust in
And then
me,
if you
but I'm
can't
going to
use
tell you
that,
that I
it
wake up
goes
every
to
day with a smile on my face, and I'm not
Congress,
worried at all.
and
There's
they
not an ounce
elect
of anything inside
electors.
Jeremy Herald that
If the
says
government isn't
Donald Trump
funded, can we
is
still
not going
use
to be
the
the president
insurrection?
of the United States come January 20th, 2021. There's not
I heard we
there's not an
can't.
ounce.
It is
Now,
because it's not for the
I have
government. It's for the
100%
military.
surety and faith that
To
Donald
step
Trump is
away
going to
from
be
the
the president
government.
again, which is why you never
We
see me
have
really freaking
our
out.
own
Okay?
constitution
And so
now
I
that
had
we're
to say
working
that.
under
I had to
wartime
come
right
out
now.
and talk to you guys about this
And
DNI
that's not even
report
the
because
Insurrection
it's
Act is
something
to
that
get
we've lost. It's something that
is
we
to
haven't talked
apply
about because everything else is kind of just
martial law in those 6 days
bombarded over it.
if we need it.
All right? But
Yeah,
again,
only then. You don't need it in South Dakota.
He's got a lot of
You
power.
know, a lot of people
He's got a
down
lot
everywhere
of
because
power when it
95%
comes
of
to
the people are going
this
to know Trump's good
executive
at
order.
the end.
Okay.
So whatever writing we
Just take a
have,
quick drink here.
they're just telling us what they're going to do. They already know where it's at. That's how this down
Sorry about
Nashville
that.
thing is going on. That's
Um,
how the fucking Nova Scotia thing happened.
but yes, getting
These guys
back
are on
to
top of
it,
it.
Donald
It's
Trump
so
has a lot
fucking
of
weird,
power
bro. I
because
think
of this
it's true.
executive order. So wouldn't
Right?
that be nice?
Every step is
So
already taken care of.
we already know, getting back to these states, that we have more votes than voters.
Yeah.
I'm going to read you Georgia alone. Let me just read you Georgia alone. And this has nothing to do with Dominion, by the way.
See, that's a whole shit.
Dominion is a whole other story, and that's part of the foreign.
He's doing what I'm doing, but he doesn't have all the information. Yeah, Corsi already. See, Corsi's late on this too. Oh wait, no, Corsi's not. Corsi's how I learned this through Boris. I heard this through Boris about pets fucking year ago. Okay, that's why I was saying, watch Pence. He's not, watch what he does. They've been saying he's going to be bad, so let's just see what happens. And now it's coming out that Trump didn't want him as a vice president because he doesn't want anything to do with these guys. Even when he sits down in front for a guest shot or whatever, if he's supposed to shake their hand, fuck him. He don't do it. Okay? You don't deserve a goddamn handshake. I don't care who we're in front of. Angela Merkel, same thing. She went to put her hand over there. He knows she's fucking Hitler's niece. Okay? So these people are in power. And fucking Joseph Mengele and Hitler came over here 90 and were alive up until 95. Okay? That's what Hitler was alive till 95 here in freaking Cuba. Okay? Running Dow Chemical with Joseph Mengele, chemical plant. That's what he was into, the testing and the twins and all that. And androgen people. So this is how we got here. When we didn't win the war, the World War II, and it ended up there in fucking Antarctica, the conspiracy people knew about it. I heard this when was Tucker born? It was 1995. Okay. I heard this in 1995 from Linda Moulton Howe. Okay. That people that were working on those underground bases in Antarctica came to her. This old man came to her and said, "Listen, I'm an old man. I got grandkids. I know what the world is coming to. I know what we're fighting up here. I need to tell you that all the wars that we've been fighting have been fake and put together to have an apparatus that builds military weapons to fight against who we don't know we're fighting against." Okay? We know some of them. A couple of them are protecting us, I'll tell you that. But there's some that we don't have any idea why they want us out of here. And we've been fighting against them for a long time. Just to let you know, we did not win World War II against the Nazis. Okay? That all those, like I just said, it's so cunning. These guys go underground in 1965 to up at 75 and talking in these rooms 3 miles underground. Okay? And I got one leak of one of those meetings where you can't hear what they're saying. But you know damn well they're up to no good by the way they talk and listening to each other. Now, this and that, these are all fucking, guys from the South. They had all accents, all the military dudes that are bought off by the Greys or cloned or whatever. Okay? So all this stuff happened in the 30s and 40s when we didn't have the technology to go tracking these people and get any ideas of what they're doing. Now that the internet's out and I got a phone and I'm looking at the sky, this looks like a blue sky to me. This is how it's always been. how do I know that this hasn't always been here? And that they have an apparatus showing us we're faking it coming in. Wouldn't that be like the fucking conspiracy of the world that it's already been here? And that watch out, it's coming? Okay. Looks to me like that's the blue sky, but that's the planet right there above us. It's probably about 15 million miles out. Okay. That's what I hope he said. This stuff's going to be as close as about 15 million miles where you can't really see it because of the stuff there. They didn't say anything about the chemtrails, but that's what they came up with, I think, during these meetings was, hey, well, what about the global engineering thing? You know, they're spraying shit up there. Why don't we put some stuff in there? We got to decide what are we going to. So in 1997, 96, I remember seeing on the end of a weather spot, the Meteorological Society has developed 12 new clouds. Little jingle in the background, picture of each one. Each one of them has a name. Little upside down waves, little upside right waves, little pillows in the sky. They made these, and they made them with chemicals that react to certain atmospheres. So what they did was they made these clouds that mimic the different clouds on these different planets. The ones that went over yesterday was this giant. It's called Uri. Okay, and that was is that Uri? No, the Uri is a super light baby blue with the white clouds all over it, stripes like a damn zebra. And so they put these white clouds in the sky that separate like this, and then you got clouds way the fuck up above them that are going in a different direction. This is what they're doing: smoke and mirrors. So in order for to fake that the thing is coming in, they got to project an object way out there that we can see coming in. And I have the apparatus, the sun simulator, with a blue planet and black craters on it. What they're doing is casting out images and saying that they're approaching. So now, if the meteors that are coming down are going to be called asteroid or missiles from Ukraine or from Russia or whoever, China, North Korea, they could easily be called missiles. Okay, and say, hey, these guys are attacking us, and we launch something. So if you got some shitty people that don't know what's going on in there and that want to see a missile come this way or a shooting star and then say, hey, now's the time, go ahead and shoot off those other missiles that way, and we're all fucked. Okay, God, devil has his wish, and we're done. But with the time travel stuff, they knew that was going to happen. So you got to study the Nashville thing a little bit more. There's a meteor that comes out of the sky. There's new laser technology they have that can go and zap around corners and stuff and go slow. Kind of what that looked like. And then you got these planets here that we knew they were going to use these meteors for their propaganda. And so I'm just telling you, be careful. Don't you got to go looking at the stuff and I think that 10 years ago when they had the you got the Unabomber. He was a guy who was disgruntled. He was pissed at everybody about what's going on. He wanted to kill a bunch of top officials. Those were good guys. Okay, the guy up in Idaho, what's that? Was that one up in Idaho? Up in the panhandle of Idaho when they got that FBI agent and swarmed in on him and used him as a patsy as well. So these guys are all good guys. These military, not Manchurian candidates, but you can call them Manchurian candidates and get away with it. Like Obama's a real Manchurian candidate. And the guys that are just blowing things up are guys that are pissed about all these Obamas that are running around the fucking world, So they weaponize the Manchurian candidates. The guy that shot up Arizona, you name it. Every one of them. Ever since, and then Denzel Washington did a movie on it, how these things are being used. Okay. And Frank Sinatra did the original. And both of those show all kinds of evidence that these guys are using electromagnetic torture and freaking imagery, enhancing the spirit, like ruining, breaking down these military guys. And then all they do is say a word and they go shoot the place up. And they don't remember anything because it's like split personality, you know. It's like being asleep and waking up in your sleep and killing a bunch of people and not knowing what you did. There's real cases like that. So who knows if those guys were. So that's like so much out there that military is doing against us. One of the things I'm going to stop right here and put some save another. This will be on it. You know, the internal combustion theory about people bursting into flames. That was testing of the laser. They would find an old lady, an old man. They don't have any relatives sitting in a home somewhere down on 14th Avenue, fucking Hayward or whatever. Shoot a laser through the fucking ceiling, and all that burns is the flesh in the chair. Okay, nothing else. And then they go in there and find out the whole place doesn't burn down; just the flesh was burnt because it doesn't burn. It's set to burn flesh and not material, or something like that. But this was I heard this, and this would sound like somebody that knew. I can't give you any evidence on it, but you can go Google it right now and probably find a little rabbit hole and jump down for a while. That's an interesting one because people are thinking they have an ability to, oh, I don't want to live anymore. I'm just going to catch on fire and burn from the inside out. I don't want to live, and I'm going to. This way, I'm going to die. And you got a foot laying there still, and, and the leg is all burnt up. The chair's got a big hole gaping in it where there's a bunch of flesh all burnt up in there. It's sick. They did it, and this is what they tested on. So if they had it in, they're testing it on a population. They've already tested it in black ops and the military and use it on other populations. They're going to figure out how to use it on our own population. So that's part of what I think that's part of what's going on is we're about ready to rid all these people out of their position where they've been pulling the trigger, like, cartoon characters in the damn corner, in the dark corners. And now even you got Mitch McConnell, we thought was a good guy. Now he flipped in the beginning, and we were okay. Maybe he was. Now I find out his wife works for China. She's in deep in a seat there. You got Pelosi and Newsom.
So what's in it for Mitch McConnell or China to not give people $2,000? What's their incentive?
That's a good question. You could probably talk for a while on that because they do things for not for other things to happen, but for counter shit. So he might still be a good guy, even though he's a bad guy right now. Okay, it's like Barr. Barr was. They didn't. Why didn't he ever start any? Why were they waiting so long? And then all of a sudden they take him off, and he's going to be used later on. And it's a sacrifice he did in his own career for this to happen, because everything is bigger than any one man. So I don't know. Mitch McConnell don't seem like the guy he's going to be going on in his life. Maybe he's just trying to save his own ass. And I don't know. That's a good question. That's coming out new. That's one of the big bombs. Was we all thought Mitch McConnell. My dad was like, I think Mitch McConnell should run for president 5 years ago. Or, what's his name? Mitt Romney. All these guys are showing their true colors. You can guarantee that everybody that's been there for over 30 years has done it like in order to save their kids going through college, their kids' cars and houses that they buy for them, and
pariahs that are corrupt and ruin
yeah.
their family.
Back in the day when these guys were presidents and congressmen and stuff, they were told to go back to their life and be normal. Just like you don't get to sit there and collect $275,000 a year
for life.
For
See your
life.
service protection.
Yeah, see your service and everything else. You know, you get things dealt to you like a damn king. That's what's going to change. And I truly think this go back into the time travel stuff and like these humans that are here, or are they humans? Are we human? I don't look like a human. I look like lizard. A lion. You know, that sounds like a lion.
Mm-hmm.
We're not humans. That's why we're not. That's why we're the ones fighting this war, and the rest of the people are still trying to figure out how their dollar bills are going to get in their pockets. So that I don't give a fuck about money. Never did. After I got taken, money, a dollar bill was like the least of my worries. How am I going to be getting through life knowing all what I know? Well, I think things are going to just fall in your lap, Dave, the way God wants them to. Like, yep, there's a reason why I didn't go into the Junior Olympics and kick everybody's ass in high jump and 50-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 880, 440, 220. I was the most baddest ass kid ever, man. I swear I was. That way. It was so fun. Yep. Then when
fast,
I got
You were fast.
I could run the 50-yard dash in 6.4 seconds. But I was a young kid. I mean, everybody's fast like that when you're a kid. But I was big too. And there were big guys after me. They wanted to be the biggest. And a couple of them took that spot. And I won't lie to you. What they say about a guy's about the dude, you can always feel bad about what you got in your genes. There's always somebody worse than you. That was a bad thing to say on that one. Yeah, shit. So let's just see.